Thank you. Like most mountain bikers, I often get lost with my suspension setup. So today, I'm gonna go and hang out with Mike Kazimer, tech editor of Pinkbike, and get my bike dialed in. So we're gonna head out from Sundial Hotel here in Whistler and hit the bike park.
So we got Punter right there, that's him. All right, so we'll look at this and we're connected to the device and now we can kind of see what tuning style Paul thinks he's going for. There's balance, playful, or you can go for a little custom mix. So what are you looking for out there? You can go like stiffness wise, softest.
Firm.
You going for firm? Yeah, you racer boy. And then liveliness, planted, poppy, or active.
What's the difference?
So planted would be more kind of stuck to the ground.
Oh yeah.
Poppy is kind of your average in between, you know, you like pop off little things but still not going to be like super active, and active is like really fast, like think of how like a pro might have it, or like a racer.
I can pop it in the middle, poppy.
Okay. Poppy, all right, we're done there. And then we're gonna mark full extension, so pull it all the way up. So like, yeah, exactly. Keep holding it, pull the push down on that too, so it's like fully. Yeah. Okay, now you're gonna push it all the way down, so full compression. All right, you're good. You got it. Okay, now we're gonna inflate it, so inflate it back up to your pressure that you've been running.
80 psi. Do we have to balance it after I've pumped it back up?
You'll cycle it like you normally would. Yeah.
There's got to be someone make a faster way of pumping up suspension forks.
Yeah, I just like cycle it a couple times.
It's okay to do it with the pump on.
Yeah, right. All right, we're good. Yeah, so you're at about 75 psi. Okay. After all that. Nice. So that one's calibrated though.
Yeah.
So we're done.
The back, same in the back.
Yep, we do the same thing. So let all the air out of that.
Go.
Yeah, pretty good. Okay, and then now pull it so it's full extension. So yeah, push this on the ground. And pull up on that. There you go. All right, we're good. Now compress it all the way. That was easy. Yeah, that's good. All right, and then back to full extension. All right, now inflate it to your desired PSI.
Damn you, Chris Ritchie. Just start cycling it at 70.
Yeah, usually I just give it a push just to break through that negative. Yeah, as long as it's not hard to push, because otherwise if you wait until you're at the end, you can do it, but it's just a lot harder to push through. Yeah, and then check see what it says now.
162?
Yeah, so put it at 165, because that's what you want it to be.
Cool.
All right, so both are calibrated. And then let's check your sag just while we're here, because that's easy to do.
How do you want to do it?
Just sit down on the seat, just like normal. So it's like 25%, which is a little less. Scoot that up. Give it a couple bounces. Yeah, and now bounce again on it. Ready? And put your feet on the pedals, just like, yeah, like 27%. So that's a good starting point for the park. Let's go with that. Put all your O-rings at the bottom, which you don't really need because you got the app, but it's good to see. Yeah.
All right.
Go for that lap.
Cool. I'm gone. So what I've learned from filming everyone suspension tests is you got to go like 80%, not full ham, but as fast as you can.
Get your baseline down.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
So hands are sore for sure. Definitely on like the faster braking bump stuff.
Right.
The rear. Now when I'm actually trying to go fast, it feels better.
Right.
Like when I'm really like focusing. Yeah. So that's just technique.
Yeah.
So it didn't feel too pogo-y. I kind of would like to sit into the bike maybe a bit more.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm still kind of a bit like over the front slightly.
Yeah.
And again, like going around turns, it felt like the fork wasn't sinking into itself.
Right.
It was just kind of steering up a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, and you still didn't use full travel, really front or rear, I don't think.
Oh, the rear?
You did rear for sure, but yeah, front you still have more, which, I mean, that's fine, but if you didn't have a hard impact, but there's definitely room, I'd say, we could adjust that a bit.
Yeah. I tried to go off the Wednesday night delight drop as far as I could go. Right. And I was like, oh! And then the rock roll, I tried to push into the front.
Yeah.
But
yeah, should be good. Yeah, we can see what ShockWiz says about your setup. It's obviously, since you went all downhill, it suggests that you do some climbing because it likes to have like that as part of the equation. So, but you know, obviously you didn't go uphill. So,
no.
But for what you did there, it says pretty good. Kind of bouncing a little bit, it says, but that again.
Is that in the rear?
Yeah, we're looking at the rear shock now. But that can happen sometimes, even just in the park setting, because it's kind of a bouncy nature of the trail. You know, more because this is just a computer, it doesn't know what's happening. But for suggestions, I mean, it's saying your low speed rebound can get a little bit slower. High speed compression get a little firmer. You don't have high speed compression, so that's not something we can adjust.
That's kind of a bit confusing when it does that.
I mean, it's if someone wanted to dive all the way in, they could potentially have a revalve, but on low speed compression, you can open up. Which again, I don't think, do you have low speed compression on that?
Yeah.
You just have the 3 position switch, so you're fully open. Yeah, your sag looks good. You did 9-hole big jumps.
Yeah.
The longest jump was 890 milliseconds. Yeah, so it gets big airtime. Deep compression events, so that's when you were not necessarily bottom out, but kind of using pretty much all the travel.
Yeah.
It was 8, which we can play with that a little bit too.
Okay. So is that when tokens comes into it?
Yeah, exactly, because you can eliminate some of those deep compression events, which, like I said, they're not a bad thing, but like if you want to ride a little higher in the travel, but then you can also make it softer up top. So, we could probably, that's probably where I would start. You know how many tokens you have in there? Have you looked ever?
I assume 0 because I haven't opened it, but
yeah, you never know.
We've done this before where we've gone, oh, there's no tokens.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it doesn't come with any, but we can take a look, and then I think we can start there.
It said it was too fast.
Yeah, it suggested just like slow the rebound down a little bit, and then open up the compression a little less compression, basically.
Okay.
Which we can't really do, but we can still probably make it feel better.
All right. Okay.
So yeah, that's what the front says.
So I get full travel is just below the debonair, right? Or is it?
No, it'll go all the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so your front stance all right. You got 90 for your firm and poppy style. Woo! Yeah. Suggestions. Yeah, see it saying you could add some spacers, a little less high-speed compression. How many clicks do you have on that?
2.
2? Yeah. And that's something you can play with. Like I've got on that fork. I've ridden here with all the closed just to see what it's like, all the way open. That's something you can just play with. Yeah, those are really the main thing. And you currently have 1 spacer in there. I would probably stick with that.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're not getting full travel, I don't think.
But then if we had less, is it saying less air pressure?
No, it's saying that baseline air pressure is right. It's just thinking a little bit more ramp up is what it's suggesting.
Oh, okay.
But we could still, with 1 in there, I think, we'll see what, I'll do my techniques on this, and then we'll see what it does. So
I think it's 4 or 3.
So I'm gonna turn it open and see what we got. Yeah, she just had 4, so that's fine. Like like each click's there's not a huge amount of difference. Like you have to click a few to make it. Like if you have like 15, I'd be like, oh, that's not a ton.
Because on the old floor, like 1 click would do so much.
Yeah, so you have a pretty good range here. So I think I'm just gonna back off your high speed just 1. So let me just make sure that you have.
Does that come out at 75?
Yeah, we dropped down to 75 on that. And then your 1 click of compression. Actually, I changed my mind. It's just 1 click of rebound. I'm gonna see if I can get this off with just my hands, but probably need to get a tool.
Haven't taken the canister off yet, so we've got to get a strap.
Let's see, we gotta. We're gonna open this up, pop open the air can to see what he's got in there for volume spacers. No, just push this down, hold that up. Sorry. Yeah, so in here. Let's see what he's got. It's like a blue thing.
Oh.
I'm not good at bending these days. I do have a broken back.
Should be known, Kaz literally broke his back, like, how long?
5 weeks ago.
5 weeks ago.
So you have 1 spacer in there. We can put 1 more in.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd put 1 more. We can drop a little pressure.
Follow Kaz.
Can you just say 1 volume spacer for Super Deluxe?
Yep. Just normal?
It's just 1 normal, yeah. All right. We got here a little volume spacer. Toss that into Paul's rear shock. See if we can make it feel a little better for him.
Have we got to like clip it in?
Yeah, it sits in there. You can put a total of 3, so you have 2 in there now.
Oh,
3's the max. They make a 2.5 that's called the NAR spacer, but you're not ready for that. You can just compress it a little bit. Okay, so we did a few little tweaks based on what he said. So he was complaining that he wasn't feeling like he was sitting deep enough in the travel in the back, but he's also using full travel. So what we did is put a volume spacer in there. That's going to help make it ramp up more in the end. And then I let a little air out. So hopefully a little softer off the top with a good ramp up in the end. Up front, he was wasn't really using all the travel when he should have. I thought he should have used a little more. So he kept the same number of volume spacers. He has 1 in there and reduced the air pressure just a touch. I also backed off his high speed compression just by 1 click. Just to see what that feels like. It's an easy thing to adjust, and we'll just kind of go with this and see what he comes back with.
That was loads better. On all the big compressions, like there's one on Blueseum, kind of a rock roll to a sharp corner. On the first one, it just completely blew through the travel and got sucked down and kind of the front wheel just rose up and lost traction on the front. That time I went down it and it was just so much more stable. Almost like there was more low speed, but obviously there's just more ramp, like more support in the middle. And it was so good having a slow rebound. Felt way more kind of almost more composed going over the routes, I'd say. I was worried that before, when I slowed it down a click without the token, it was having way less traction and kind of slipping out. I think it's going to tell me I need more token. I think it's going to tell me I need more ramp on the fork. But way less, like barely any hand cramp or anything.
Yeah.
So that one click of high speed did a lot of difference.
Yeah, it could help for sure. And then just a little less air pressure too. You're just sitting a little lower in the travel. I mean, yeah, it says you could add a spacer if you wanted to, which, I mean, I don't think you need to. You didn't use all the travel. And unless you feel like you're diving, like if you really feel like it's sinking in, sometimes...
Yeah, it's more that it's like, sometimes it would just kind of sit forwards almost.
Right.
Rather than like, I was like really focusing on dropping heels and stuff.
Yeah.
And it just felt like it was, I don't know, just not quite right. But maybe I'm just trying to make it a downhill bike. But it is
well,
almost
you're riding
a
the bike
downhill
park, so.
yeah.
I mean, you can definitely add a token in there, but I was just afraid, I mean, it's fine, like that's the right amount of travel, but you obviously don't need to use your full amount of travel every time, so you can put
especially
one
on
in
that
there.
as well, it's not like,
But you're not bottoming out too hard, and you're not using it, and your hands feel good. I'd probably tend to stick with that, but you could definitely put one in. But like,
what is what does it say?
Yeah, it says, I mean, basically for your fork, everything's good. It says you could add a spacer if you wanted to, basically. And then there's suggested detections. Yeah, it's still bouncing a little bit, but I think that's just the terrain out there. There's so many brake bumps and things. It's like no matter what, you're going to get a little bit of that.
And that's the fork. Definitely.
That's the fork. Yeah.
Okay.
So then the back. Let's see.
What was the score on the fork?
That was a 86%. Like the one thing with these scores though, because you're not climbing, the score is not like, it's a little bit trickier. So like it doesn't have as much information as it wants with it. It gives you suggestions, so it says next go pedal and climb. Yeah,
so we don't need to do that.
No,
There's a chairlift right there, Kaz.
Exactly,
It's just going to take me straight up to the top.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
So your rear shock suggestions.
Oh.
It's got a few things, and basically it thinks you could have more compression now, but there's no way to adjust that, so you're kind of running. And this shock is a little different because of the way that reactive works. It might not quite work with ShockWiz. You got that little valve. There's like a few different things that it's doing compared to like the standard shock. So it might not. But it says you could speed your rebound up a little bit, but we just only did a click. So now we're just kind of like going in between settings. Yeah,
that's funny because I was always like, just one in between would be great.
Yeah, but I think that based on what you're saying, so this kind of just shows us where it's a good tool. Yeah, you kind of see like, I bottomed out. Like where I use this a lot is just to set sag. So sometimes it's way easier. You're like, sag's this.
Oh yeah.
Because you just look, and then I want to know like how many times I'm bottoming out. Because bikes are getting really good, and even like the bottom out. It's not like the old days where you're like metal on metal. See, it's kind of nice. Like I use it more just an information tool rather than like, it says do this, I have to do that. Yeah. So it's more like feel. Like if your bike is feeling good now, I would run with that.
Yeah. How many? Because I have no idea when this is bottomed out. Yeah. So you had 8 before?
Yeah. So that one you had 10.
Oh, maybe I was going faster.
Yeah, you could have been. You could have just hit something a little different, and that's just a deep compression event. Like you did. You used all your travel. But now you should have a little more support before it hits that bottom end. So.
Yeah, that was so much better.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So your score for that was still like a little lower, but it's like 100 on ShockWiz doesn't mean it's gonna be 100 for you and what you want.
Yeah, that's true. So I did prefer having like just on feel less tokens and more air.
Right.
Just feels like
it's kind of like not always. There's different theories about this, but you can always just add a little bit more low speed compression.
Yeah.
And that's not really the way you should bring your ride height up, but it kind of does work. Yeah. We could say it doesn't, but like you could just put in 1 more clicks, see what that feels like. That might just be that little bit of support you're looking for. Yeah. It's not really bringing the front up, but it's like when you're hitting the slower stuff, it's not going to dive as much. So you can even try that. Like I would almost do that.
I might try one.
Just do 4 clicks of low speed.
Yeah. And how many? There's 4 in there now, right?
Yeah. So I do 4 more.
4 more?
Yeah. You have a total. There's a lot of clicks. Yeah, I do 4 more for sure.
All right, let's try 4.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, like if you feel it now, just like compress it, you'll see it's not crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like those are pretty fine tuning things. You can go more. Like if you just did 1, you're not gonna feel anything. Like remember, this is like your pretty big adjustments, But with those, so now you have a total of 8 clicks. You get towards the middle of that low speed compression.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I see that.
Yeah, because I'd never think of doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I'm so used to the old one where it was like one click. Oh, this is solid.
No, yeah, you can play with the low, especially for lighter riders. I find the low speed tends to be useful. Again, there's different theories, and there's probably some really smart guy out there that says that doesn't work, but I found that it works pretty well.
I was actually blown away by how much better that was. For years, I've barely had any, if none at all, and had more tokens. But that was so much better. Like, I found I had almost more traction on the front wheel, and I could find tighter lines better. So, and everything just way more stable, more composed. It was just going straight rather than getting bounced around. I reckon, because they said it was a bit pogo-y on the fork before, I reckon there's no pogo now. Put more low speed on, that's what I might do another time.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you don't have to go crazy on your bike. Like, it takes little things, and you don't need to be afraid of turning knobs either. You just got to remember what you're doing. Because some people are so afraid to touch them, they don't ever, or they love touching them too much, and they're just twiddling, and you can work yourself into circles. But like, all the adjustments have been made kind of for the average consumer, so you should be able to use them. You know, like, it says you're all good for everything, except it says you can still add more spacers, but I still think we're good there. Like, you haven't bottomed it out, and so so you're good there. And then the back.
What was the score?
That was 86 on that. That's for the firm poppy setting.
Okay.
Like, the interesting thing is, like, if you set this to a different thing, you'll get like a different score. So if we went like neutral poppy, we can see what if it gives you. Yeah, same. But sometimes they'll like move like like 5 points or whatever. So I think we're pretty good there. And then I have the back feel. That's still
gold. Yeah, just like ideal.
Yeah.
Now I just feel like I think later on I do just need that to be almost a bit firmer because I can go way faster now.
Right.
I didn't Strava that lap, but I did the one before, and I took 2 seconds off that middle section just by that one change.
Right.
So it's like
it's only like a balancing act. So you could you could add a little more pressure if you wanted to, but like if it feels like it's supportive enough, there's no need. You don't have to always just keep going more and more, unless it felt like something strange is happening. But
I feel way more confident now.
Yeah, nice. Glad I could help.
Cool. Now, if you enjoyed this video, over here there's a little ball. Click on that and you can subscribe to more videos. And then just down there, you can watch another one straight after this. Kind. Is that good? We done? All right.